should be fine. And your name is Jason Hollis?
Jason Hollis.
Okay. And where are you from?
I am originally from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, awesome. So what led you to go to Louisiana for Nicholls State University?
Originally from Los Angeles, as I said, I decided to go to college in New Orleans. I went to a very small school, called Dillard University, which is in the Gentilly area of New Orleans. After that, I decided to pursue. I was applying for jobs after graduation, and Nicholls was one of the people on my list, and I came to interview for Nicholls, and I've been here since. Soon I will be starting my master's here at Nicholls in higher education.
So you're originally a higher education major?
I was a political science major in undergraduate. In the fall, I will be starting my master's degree in higher education.
And what do you do? What do you plan to do with that?
My future career goals are to become a vice president of student affairs.
Okay, awesome. Pretty cool. So as an area coordinator, what does that do? What does that have to do? Like, what does that associate with here on campus? I'm not really sure what that is.
Okay. So, do you live on campus?
No, I've lived here. I live in Toledo.
Okay. So So there's two things. There's housing and there's residence life, right? So housing is it's just you staying here, and and there's residence life. I'm an area I work in residence life, which means I work with the students more directly, and I deal with the problems they have. So my job is to supervise. I supervise the halls, and the hall director reports to me. And so I supervise them.
Okay.
And some of the responsibilities, the hall director supervises the RAs and the desk staff. So
like the essays and everything?
We call them desk assistants now, not essays anymore. The title has changed, yes. Okay. The hall directors used to be called head residents, but we changed that. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Like what kind of problems do you deal with on a daily basis?
So in the beginning of every academic year, I deal with a lot of parents, right? Because when they come in, there's going to be some little problem with their child's room that they don't like, right? The light's not bright enough. There's not enough electricity outlets in the room. That room don't get hot enough. My son got a gay person as their roommate. My daughter got a transsexual person as my roommate. So at the beginning of the year, I'm mostly dealing with parents and their complaints. I'm on the phone with them and saying, oh yes, I understand. The water didn't get hot that day. Well, maybe let it run for 15 more minutes, and maybe because no one's been there for 6 months, maybe the water would have been there. So I'm mostly dealing with parents on the first part. On the second part, a little bit as we transition in, I deal with, let's see, how do I deal with? I deal with staffing issues, right? I deal with making sure that the RAs know what their responsibility is, and that the hall directors know how to supervise them. So I need to make sure that the RAs know who the people are in their residence hall. And they need to know the campus resource. They need to know who the university counseling is. They need to know when to refer somebody. I'm dealing with teaching them how to deal with somebody come up being raped. I'm dealing with any type of problems that humans have, because I'm dealing with people living, and when people live, they have problems. I'm dealing with that. And that comes under any types of sun. I get calls at 3 o'clock in the morning, because sometimes you can add is that students, like regular off-campus students, mom and daddy put them out, and they don't got no other place to stay. So I'm sitting there looking like I gotta put you someplace for the night. So there's a lot which comes in under my direction.
Okay. Hall directors, what exactly is that?
So the hall director is someone who, as I said before, someone who supervises the RAs and supervises the Sorry about that. The hall director supervises the RAs and supervises the desk assistant. So they make one of their primary tasks is scheduling, right? So they need to schedule. My desk has to be covered 16 hours of the day. It used to be covered 24, but we're in budget cuts. Blame your governor. Hope you voted. So they have to make a desk schedule for 6 to 7 people who are plus the 4 RAs. They have to make a desk schedule of people who are going to staff my desk. Why? Because it's part of my security systems. When you enter the building, that you need to someone needs to be at the desk to greet you, to make sure that a whole bunch of you're not bringing in something illegal or there's something, that's something there. They also have to make one of the things they have to do is make a duty schedule for the RA. So when an RA is on duty on duty 24 hours, but the RA is on duty, has to be in the building from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Why? Because that was one thing that the federal government says that. Another thing, so they're supervising, and they're also serving on call. So that means that I have a hall director for each